So we finally have an update on the upcoming AEW figure Golf Cart 3-pack featuring Matt Hardy, Kenny Omega, and Sammy Guevara. Now, this is a situation that we've been monitoring for a very long time, man. So I think it was about 5 years ago or so that this entire moment occurred, which we touched on that a little bit ago in a news video, and I was talking about how crazy it is that it's been 5 years since this moment took place, because it kind of feels like it was yesterday while also being a long time ago. It feels like, it's been a long time, but I know it's been years and years since Jazwares kind of teased this, right? It's been kind of teased and things like that. We've seen prototypes of this thing leaked out, and which we'll get into and everything, but we have a new update here. This is a new update on the AEW Unrivaled Trios Golf Cart 3-pack that is coming soon. So apparently this thing is coming out in 3 days, or the orders are going up. You can order this in 3 days. There's a countdown on Jazwares Vault right now. If you go over there, it'll bring this up. It'll showcase it. It says join the RSVP list. It has the countdown there. It's 3 days, 21 hours as of recording this, and it counts down, and you can even click notify me when this is available. It'll send you an email when it releases or when the order is up. And I don't know if this is going to be shipping immediately. I imagine it should be shipping immediately, right? I know we've touched on this before. We don't really have the best images of this, and we'll go through all the images that we have of this pack, but I'm going to sit here and just kind of break down everything about this and what I think about this and everything. But the first thing we need to cover is that apparently this is going to be a part of some new line that we're seeing here. If you take a look at the image, if you take a look on the screen, it does say AEW Archive Golf Cart 3-pack here. So AEW Archive Golf Cart 3-pack coming, featuring Matt Hardy, Kenny Omega, and Sammy Guevara. And that's interesting if they're going to try and start a new line. Now, we have seen different lines from AEW and Jazwares before. We have seen kind of the Luminaries line, which necessarily, to be honest, that wasn't really a line, right? It was just kind of like a segmented part of every other wave of releases in the Unmatched collection. It wasn't necessarily a whole line or whatever, but we've also seen, the Ring of Honor line, and I feel like that's a pretty good line, right? The Ring of Honor line has been a line of figures. You've had single releases, 2-packs, things like that. We have seen the Unmatched line, which was pretty much just a way to get more AEW figures to retail, alongside the original Unrivaled line that we saw way back in the day with the gold foil and packaging, and of course the Unmatched collection has the silver packaging, and we've seen our exclusives right between Ringside, Amazon, GameStop, Walmart, Target. There is a lot of exclusives within the AEW line from Jazwares. But breaking down this pack here, man, I think one thing that is going to upset a lot of people right off the rip is that this is not going to be a workable plastic, rolling on wheels style golf cart. This is pretty much just kind of a packaging gimmick, which I think is going to hurt this set a little bit here. I don't know if it was just not, feasible at this moment for them to actually include a golf cart in this, but I think it would have helped this set. I think that including the golf cart would have been a big deal. Now, I guess if you're a mint-on-card collector, it is a pretty cool mint-on-card thing. If this is an actual image of the golf cart, and I try my best to find the best images possible, but this is, I guess, a mock-up of the mint-on-card look, and you have Kenny Omega, Matt Hardy, and you have Sammy Guevara getting hit by the golf cart there, and it has Archive. I like the Archive logo and things like that that's going on with the packaging, but this is just a really interesting deal overall. I think that, again, having a workable golf cart, and I think it was pitched, I don't know what year it was, man. Again, everything kind of runs together. I don't think it was 2021's San Diego Comic-Con. Maybe it was 2022. Maybe it was at a New York Toy Fair. I can't remember, man. I mean, you got to think of all the like, sometimes I can remember stuff that's on the nose, and I remember exactly when it was revealed and how it was revealed and stuff, especially if I was there in person. But in terms of this one, because it's been kind of back and forth and so murky, it kind of runs together, and I can't remember exactly where it was shown off, but I do remember them teasing the golf cart, and I'll try to plug in images of that as we talk about it. But I want to say it was like red, or it's like a Sammy Guevara golf cart or something. Again, my mind kind of is playing tricks on me. I'm just kind of spitballing what I remember from my brain, but we had that teased, we showed off the figures, and I want to say even over a year ago, we had seen some prototypes of this leaked online, right? Between the Sammy Guevara, which I still believe is on eBay right now. You can get a loose Sammy Guevara that's kind of a prototype. Again, he's in jeans and the t-shirt, the inner circle shirt, and he's got, I think it's like the Unmatched Series 5 head sculpt, or it's very similar. And then you have your Kenny Omega that's kind of like the Blood and Guts matchup look, right? Or at least the head sculpt is, that kind of ringside exclusive Blood and Guts head sculpt. And then you have the Revolution shirt with the Matt Hardy figure, which I'm pretty sure is just a re-release of the Unrivaled 4 Matt Hardy, but it does look like it's going to come with a cloth goods entrance gear instead of the hard plastic one that we saw with the first original Unrivaled Series 4 Matt Hardy. So that is good. At least you get that update right there. You can take that, put on some other characters. But I think the cardboard packaging golf cart is going to be one thing that people are annoyed by. And again, not to mention just a lot of the parts of this set are very dated. And I'm not even talking about just the moment or match itself. That is, of course, a very old matchup and things. And I think it's a fun idea for a set if it had come out faster. But it's also, I think, a fun idea for a set if the golf cart was workable. And I think it'd also be a fun part of a set if the figures were updated in some kind. I mean, you are pretty much re-releasing the Matt Hardy from Unrivaled 4, which was from so long ago. The head sculpt's big. I imagine the formula is going to be the exact same, so it's going to be, all the same parts that we saw all those years ago. You're still getting pin joints, the same interchangeable hands. The Kenny Omega, while I love Kenny Omega and I love Matt Hardy, and, I'd take a cool Sammy Guevara figure in my collection, right? We've seen some good ones over the years. Having a Sammy Guevara in jeans there, and then he's got an Inner Circle shirt from way back in the day, and you're throwing in an AEW Revolution shirt, which, is fine, I guess. It's just, I don't know. I feel like this is going to be a tough ask, and I don't know what the price point is on this. We know that the House of Black 3-pack that is still up on Jazwares Vault right now, which has beautiful packaging, it has beautiful presentation. You have 3 really good-looking figures, ton of toyeticness, right? And I say toyeticness because it's got the masks and the body paint and tattoos and the just over-the-top design and stuff and the presentation of it. I think that figure set is going for around $89.99 or $90 or whatever it is, and that comes with a lot more like freshness, if that makes sense. It's a lot more fresh than maybe this golf cart pack is going to send you. So I say all of that to say, is this golf cart set going to be the $90 price point? I feel like that's probably going to be a bit of a tall task to ask people to purchase if that is what they're going for there. Now, I guess anything's possible, of course, right? And I do want to pick up one. I think I kind of want to review this set because I think it's super fun and I think it'd be a lot of fun to shoot. And I was a big fan of that matchup and moment and everything. I think that's amazing. It kind of throws me back to the OG days of AEW first starting. And I don't know, I felt like it was kind of on fire at that point and it was just a lot of fun. So I don't know. I feel like this is something I may order here. We'll see what the price point is, I guess, to kind of finalize that. But I still haven't gotten the etched Orange Cassidy. I have not picked up that House of Black 3-pack, and I really do want to. Again, it's just kind of fell down the priority list for me personally, so I haven't been able to scoop those. I just, you know what I'm saying? I think that other things have kind of taken priority over that. I do have the Stone Cold. I know this is kind of off the point here, but this is something that was more of a priority for me, and I think it falls in line. Like the new Monday Night War Stone Cold Steve Austin figure that is Walmart exclusive. I overpaid in the aftermarket for that a little bit just so that I could get that figure in hand because I'm so excited for it. There was one in hand on eBay. I was like, oh, dude, I'm buying this because, first of all, I'll review it, get up that earlier review or whatever, and then you also have, me being able to finally obtain the figure that I'm really excited about and really want. So, that priority list, it's like how high on the priority list is this golf cart set going to be to other collectors and things like that? So, again, you have a fresh release from Mattel coming out, and that's the decision that I'm making to go that route, even if I'm overpaying what a retail price would be. I'm overpaying for that because I'm more excited for that. I'm more, invested into what that has to offer, and I feel like that kind of is, I don't know, I feel like that's kind of the business model that we're looking at when it comes to wrestling figure collecting, and I know I kind of went off on a tangent there, but maybe you find that interesting or whatever the case is, but that's just, I feel like that's what we're looking at, you know what I mean? I think that, when you're releasing a set this old and everything like that, and I know this necessarily wasn't in the same realm because it wasn't like I had this pulled up and this pulled up. It's like, which am I choosing? And this wasn't even available at the time. It's just, I'm telling you now after the fact that I would have picked up that Stone Cold over this anyways, but that's just something I'm thinking there. But this Sammy Guevara 3-pack with Kenny Omega and Matt Hardy is still very interesting. It's still a cool set. I still think that it's really cool. I do wish that the golf cart was operational. I think that would have helped it a lot and made it a lot more fun. But maybe, I imagine when you unbox this thing, the golf cart is going to be this cardboard cutout like we're seeing here, and they're going to be able to sit in it, and you're going to be able to put it on display like this. You're just not going to be able to roll the wheels, you know what I mean? So technically, it will be a stand-in cardboard box display version of a golf cart that you can still put in there and make it look like they're driving in, but it is not going to be one that you can actually roll away and stuff like that with operational wheels and plastic and details and steering wheel, etc. So I think that's kind of what we're looking at here, which is still cool in itself. I just think, I don't know, you can let me know what you think about all that, but apparently this is going up in 3.5 days or whatever, and it's going to be a part of the brand new archive line, and that goes into a whole nother thing. Like, what are they going to be doing with this archive line? We have a brand new line here. I feel like it's been a really long time that we have seen some figures announced or whatever. I can't even remember the last time that we saw figures announced that are coming out. It wasn't Comic-Con, was it? Was it all the way back at San Diego Comic-Con? Surely not. Surely that is not the last time. Maybe, maybe my brain is skipping me. I know that, I know they go to New York Toy Fair and stuff. Was there something revealed at Toy Fair or something like that? I know that we've seen like some steady, I wouldn't say steady necessarily, but I know we've seen some galleries posted and stuff like that, but I think everything is in our hands right now, right? I don't think there's anything, I mean, I'm sure there's things that are, besides the Shop AEW Monet and stuff like that. I know that, there are a couple releases like that down the pipe, but as far as, full waves and such, I don't think we've seen anything. The Legacy Sting Pack that we saw way back at San Diego Comic-Con, we haven't had any updates on that. Really excited for that. That's one of probably the most anticipated box sets that I've been waiting on all year long, so that Sting set is really imperative for me. I'm really excited for that. I really want to see that Sting set. I'm really excited for that. Again, similar to the Monday Night War Stone Cold, if those were in hand right now and I didn't obtain that just yet, that's probably one of those packs that I probably would, depending on what it looks like, right? We don't know. We just know what renders look like. That is something I'd probably overpay for because it's something that I'm really excited about, similar to the Stone Cold Steve Austin Ultimate Edition Monday Night Wars figure. So these are all just things, man. I wanted to get on here and talk about this. We have kind of a brand new AEW figure line announced with this 3-pack coming out. And again, we'll have to see what comes of that line. Is there future releases for this? Is this a one-off archive, And I didn't even mention that we do have the Supreme line as well, which is, giving us steady releases to the most part. And again, we were getting 2%, and now they've cut back to 1%. So I don't know really what the future holds for Jazwares and AEW and everything like that, but I still enjoy their figures. I mean, I'm looking forward to what comes next, and I am going to see what I'm going to do about this Golf Cart 3-pack. But again, I want to know what you think of every single aspect of this down in the comment section below. Do you think it's been too long? Are you going to be grabbing this? Are you excited for it whatsoever? All those different things, man. Let me know what you're feeling and thinking down in the comment section. But I'm getting the hell out, man. Hope you guys did enjoy. I'd love to know all of your thoughts on these things down below, but I'm getting the hell out. Huge shout out to the Patreon members, of course, man. Appreciate all you fellas so very much, man. Again, tomorrow we are going to be posting the Monday Night Wars Stone Cold Steve Austin Ultimate Edition review, so stay tuned for that. We're going to be able to break down the full thing, talk about the verses and do a comparison between all his other figures and see if that figure is as good as advertised. We're going to find it all out, shoot him in the arena, see all the different stuff. But I'm getting the hell out, man. I'll see you guys next time. Have a blessed one. I'll catch you guys later.